hả? Cái đi ngủ cái bữa rồi vì gọi có cái gì
At the age of 7, they go to boarding school. Sometimes they don't want to go back to school, but I encourage them so they can study well. Although I miss them, I tell them to go back to school, even though I miss them. We are the indigenous people of Malaysia. Many of us live deep in the jungle, and most of the schools are far from the villages.
As the parents want their children to be educated, they make sacrifices by sending their children to boarding school even if it's far from themselves.
My grandmother didn't have any education. My mother and my father didn't have any education, and I had little schooling. Since we have no education, we are easily cheated and deceived.
We don't know how to speak up and feel we're not capable of doing things. That's why we wait for outsiders to do things for us, instead of doing things ourselves for our village. Because of the community building process, many changes have happened. We, the indigenous, could think about the needs of the village. So, that's why some individuals, together with the local spiritual assembly and village leader, gathered together to discuss the establishment of a community school so that the children can receive spiritual education and material education. Now, there is one village that has a community school.
The children I taught in the community school, they have now become teachers at the community school.
This community school is for the youngest children. But, in the future, our hope is that children who are older can also study in this community school.
When I grow up, I want to be a doctor. I want to be an indigenous dress designer. I want to serve as a children's class teacher.
Some of the youth are now participating in the Preparation for Social Action (PSA) program. In PSA, the youth increase their capacity to transform themselves and also to transform their community. Today we studied about education. The participants visited some parents and wanted to know further. How has education changed in this community since the olden days? In the past we rarely saw the youth visiting and conversing with the adults. The PSA program gives them the opportunity to consult freely. They discuss together to achieve a common understanding.
In the past, women had no voice. Men's voices were the strongest. Women were left behind, and they couldn't make their own choices in their lives. But now, because of the institute process, women are at the forefront. If in the past they were shy, now they are brave enough to try. When we look at it now, women's voices are equal. Also, the women help the village head to take care of the affairs of the village. In terms of administrative matters, the women help with correspondence and how to do the work systematically. As a result, the village head can think as a whole.
Since the 1950s, Malaysians started learning about the teachings of Baha'u'llah, and today, there are thousands of people in Malaysia who are striving to translate Baha'u'llah's vision of social and spiritual transformation into reality. And this transformation that we see, it starts with the local inhabitants themselves.